there's multiple ways that Talon have got themselves into a decent position. I feel relatively confident about them in this game one because I went into this series not feeling very confident about their chances against Quest. Again, they've struggled against the Western European teams, and I thought just based off of play, Quest was a step ahead of Talon, but we'll have to see how that plays out in the game one of this match. So, alrighty, able to get the first blood. OmaR, looks like they managed to catch Ollie's.
Little vacuum action just to send a message to 23 here. I don't know what the message was, but it got sent.
Message is he's gonna get those range creeps. Can't stop him. Ooh, Noob is gonna get blasted down. Mikoto. Noob had been playing it, I think, how you're supposed to, which is cutting waves and such, but as soon as he shows up in the middle of the river,
he's still looking for his own ultimate into Mikoto, and this threat is still alive mid with the kisses. It could also be a fast TP to one of the side lanes for Mikoto if he can shove the wave in. And these side lanes
gonna take a lot of damage here with this combination. Flame break back.
Potential here.
Axes long range. Not quite enough to get the kill, but Ollie's gonna sneak in from behind. Gets the tombstone out, but Kaori's already dead. They're gonna go for the tombstone kill too. Ollie actually really wants that one. And he'll have it, but maybe giving up his life for it. We'll see. The TP's going to come in. TA2000's a little bit too low to go for that mode. He's turning around, go for Q. Axes coming in. TA2000's a little bit low, and Ollie's heal has now run out. It's going to be a close call between them, but the kisses. Oh, the kisses coming in, and they're going to nail both of them just enough. It's Jabz who claims both, though, with the axes.
That was very close to getting turned around for Quest with the Lion teleport.
Right, and just like,
yeah, you can play the outskirts, you can poke with the lances. It's a significant amount of damage. It's something that Beastmaster isn't that good against, right? Because he can get kited out in that scenario. So I believe in that matchup a little bit more. Kisses coming off the Centaur Stomp.
Going for the kill onto the Snapfire. They really need this one. OmaR's going to put him down. Gets the finger off, and that gets the kill. And they can't really turn around on a Primal Beast. They're out of damage, and the Axes failed to get the kill on Kaori. Are making a break for the Power Rune. Jabz does get it ahead of him. Meanwhile, Malik is in a bit of trouble. No, he's not. He TPs away after a vacuum down the cliff on the Lifestealer. Very smart play.
And they're back in again. This is where the Primal's heating up. Man, those recovery stacks for Noob were huge. It got him so many levels off that DD with the smoke. I was about to rant about how much Ancients give you in this meta, but this BKB should come out before the Ags on Jabz, and it should be more straightforward to use for Quest. A simple smoke into a team fight where he gets on top of any of these cores. I don't really know what your counterplay is outside of if you have a Roar or Lasso ready on that spot.
12-minute Power Rune. They're going to go for the kill on Kaori, but it's not a fast kill, and the Primal Beast will have his say. Trying to trample all over Ollie. They'll have enough damage for it. Kaori, he might just die with the axes. Raindrop, the kisses are going to start raiding in. Maybe OmaR's in trouble as well. One or two, a third shot needed? No, the takeout burn damage is what kills him.
That's a naked Brown Boots Blink Lion. I was about to say, damn, he already has a Blink. The downside is he doesn't have Tranquil Boots or anything, so can't run off these spells. There isn't really a direct response to the Blink Lasso.
Oh, successful scan there. Great read. TA2000. Gotta be able to dodge away. Might be able to get to
it. Too good.
An Axe before he gets ganked.
OmaR looking to start this off.
Oh yeah, he spotted right away. He realizes a bit too late.
Yeah, you got to respect some of the Boar and Hawk vision on this map right now. Do Quest want to commit for this fight?
Yeah, the TA2000 pretty deep. They do manage to get the Roar on the real one with the kisses following up, but they know the Primal Beast is coming, and he is dangerous. Ollie's already victim of that one. Pull back in with the vacuum. Jabz, let's see, he's going to fight around this. They have the Infest as well. A little bit of extra HP. Their drums are going out, and he's staying alive. They can't quite burst him through, and he's going to live through this one. Take down Quest. They lose 2 off of that one, and now they're going to lose TA2000 as well, as he can't get away far enough. The Rod of Atos will help hunt him down. A 1-for-3 exchange, 4 really, actually, because they killed the Lion at the very start.
As well as maybe something else from, you know, you get your trees cut by axes or some kisses come through. Very ambitious. And here, you used a lot on your Primal to go for this Enchantress. Now you don't have enough burst in the tank. That's what I'm talking about. The EHP already from Talon is something you're going to have to worry about.
They thought they were going to get the burst, but it's Mikoto who strikes immediately afterwards. The cookie on 2 lets the rest of Talon just swarm in, take him out, go for the mid tower next.
But
Jabz is unique, and he stands out, and that will draw some.
I think people underestimate how much of a leader he is, though. And you have that Gleipnir finish for Mikoto with a double damage, so a lot more AoE, a lot more follow-up, and the initiation for Q is pretty much guaranteed with that BKB. This type of push is more reliable because your initiation is significantly stronger here, especially if it doesn't go on a creep.
They got a siege wagon. They're going to go for it. Got the last one at TA2000, but he got picked up for the grab ally. They got the vacuum. 3-man vacuum back into the wall. A great setup with Noob getting the pulverize. A jamming that damage straight into Talon. Ollie's limping away. 23 still good to go with this BKB, though, when he lays into the dark seer. He's now dead. They're going to have to use more buybacks potentially, as the initiation was great for Quest, but again, the health and sustain allows Talon to push through anyway.
Ooh, even more.
Jabz is massive.
He is a big boy.
And just in time, too, for second Roshan. Talon want to keep this momentum up. Quest trying to deter it by getting into his position first, but they're going to get caught. OmaR defends himself. No BKB. You're right. The Batrider. Q may be paying for it. The Finger of Death finishes him off. They do get the Primal Roar onto the Primal Beast, and OmaR's going to die to the Lifestealer's damage. Ollie's going to be chased down by Noob. It's having a hard time being able to verse these heroes down. There goes the Infest. Again, the sustain is just out of control. They quickly deal with the Tombstone and focus down the dead Zombie Man.
There's just no long-term fight in the tank for Quest. Gonna have to find it soon, because this Aegis push, this is one that can convert it into racks, and they did get that Shivas eventually on the Beastmasters, especially when you don't have any displacement on Quest. If you had a Tiny Toss or a Lasso of your own, you could drag this Beastmaster deep. Maybe it looks more profitable. In this type of situation, I don't know what you do to this guy, and your wall has been thrown out, by the way, that yielded nothing here.
Yep, absolutely nothing. They're, I think, very likely just gonna have to give up this lane. It's hard enough to fight. Doing it without the wall seems madness. I mean, just getting a Lifestealer illusion, getting Radiance for yourself.
Talon just don't
pretty
care.
Good.
And they found the Lancer.
TA2000 gets caught. Could it be changed done with the cookie? The Pulverize jump in, but immediately Primal Beast managed to get the roar off. Phantom Lancer's in deep. It just has to commit at this point in time. Oh, but the AoE damage is going to start raining in with the kisses. TA2000 is going to be first one down. Noob trying to stop the kisses, but cannot save his carry or himself. Another cookie. Put the Undying down. 3 dead on the side of Quest. They do have buybacks, but Talon are just going to take everything from Quest right here, right now.
I mean, they're missing some ults, but I don't think they care. They feed a cheese to 23 to get him back to full. And man, the itemization here paying off in spades as Talon just jam that timing straight into Quest base. Sure, you have a Phantom Lancer to defend your high ground. There's not going to be much high ground left by the time you can get in here.
Look at Jabz putting himself on the front line. Malik desperately trying to catch some heroes here. Managed to get a 2-man vacuum. They do manage to blow on Mikoto. Good kill. Now the Pulverize on a Lifestealer who's trying to have help.
Look at this Beastmaster.
A static charm, a charge. This man is a one-man electronic dance festival. He's just jamming it straight to Quest, and they can't stop him. Meanwhile, 23 still lost that second life. These two cores just seem to be unkillable. Lasso pull back, but once again, the Undying able to counter that with a grab ally. But what about Jabz? TA2000 just keeps on running into this brick wall. Can't stop him.
Why? Why is he still trying to run into it is the bigger question. You gotta kite this hero out. He's back in on top. Finally, the Hex comes through. Can they bail him out? Infest.
Oh, the commit, the Infest. It's going to give him a little bit of heal, but it's not quite enough. But it does put 23 in a position to maybe finish off Malik. Go for more. OmaR's a little bit low. Fortunately, Force Staff gets him out. 23. Now going to have to call it quits.
There's no
with
Hex.
The kiting coming out from Quest.
This break could matter. It could also not matter depending on who gets their ult off first. Jump means everything right now. Kiss is going to zone to allow a boar to hit the racks. I don't know if this is the most efficient use of it here. TA2000 finished.
Trying to beat themselves out, managed to get the Hex onto the Beastmaster. Do they follow that up?
The real
dive for him? The lasso on the real TA2000. The Pulverize going down to the Beastmaster. They're going to focus him down. Jabz is dead. He goes down, and now Noob. He starts putting on some serious AoE damage. There's still 23 to deal with. Good force step up to the high ground. Beautiful stuff from OmaR. 23 is left with nothing to hit while TA2000 is going to town.
They're in trouble.
He goes chase after Mikoto. They know they have to get out of here. BKB, Glimmer Cape, Silver Edge, all to disengage, and ultimately Quest they hold, but all they got was the Beastmaster.
Especially with this sort of build with Shiva's Bloodstone. Like you said, no BKB, no Aeon Disc.
You might have just given the Roshan over, but at the same time, Talon might just take your mecha creeps. Oh no, they focused on an objective, but it might be the wrong one. The glyph is going to go out, a TP back from Malik.
I mean, you have
Can he hold this alone?
You definitely commit here if you're Talon. This should be Megas for sure.
Wall goes out, he can't stop it. That is going to be Megas and a TP away from Talon. Have the Aegis. Have the refresher, have the cheese, have everything you want. We're going to get a much bigger prize out of this one. Still going to fight a little bit as it is going to be Quest kind of delayed as they get back. Talon not able to get a pick off that they're hoping for, but still disengaging, nobody lost.
And Aegis on the Phantom Lancer is pretty damn strong if Talon throw into you. And refresher shard for Malik. Yeah, double wall, double vac, double Shivas, Greaves. That is a very strong single team fight there off that shard.
It's gonna be caught. Lasso with the Lifestealer. A nullifier on him means Noob can't even jump away, even if he wanted to. The onslaught.
Does have buyback. This might bait Talon into a very aggressive fight where you can clear them off with that Aegis and refresher shard.
Might be able to find the real one. They've done a great job before. Mostly Q with the lasso, time and time again, has found the real PL.
Honestly, if I'm Jabz, I might just like roar an illusion or something to get the stacks. I don't know if I care about anything else.
He gets silenced.
He's gonna build him up here.
Wall's gonna be put on top of him. He activates the Bloodstone. Great vacuum. Putting some heroes together. The stun is put onto the real PL with a buyback now from Noob. He's gonna pop. Nice vacuum with the second wall with a beautiful combination. Followed up by Noob. And all of Talon wiped out. They really underestimated the power that Quest is able to put out with that refresher and with the combo of the Primal Beast to follow it up.
Why push into this Aegis?
Yeah,
when
why?
your lasso's on cooldown, right? You found that big pick on the Primal. He gets the buyback here. You have to be thinking about this buyback and getting out. You just can't get out in time off the TP rage. You could also have just waited for another lasso and start a fight off the lasso where it's more reliable.
100% Q. He's desperately trying to kill the creep wave.
What is happening right now?
Creep is still going to be alive.
He has buy, but that's a 100-second death. TA2000, he still has a minute and a half on this Aegis. He has cheese in his backpack, and you're giving him a level 25 talent almost. And Malik getting in top wave. Quest are going to have really good map control. So who wants this one? Is it Mikoto for double Shredder? Or double roar? It'll be double roar for Jabz, it looks like.
See Quest not pushing past those tier 4s.
I mean, he kind of sees TA2000 here. You just have to keep in mind where this Undying is as well. Does he want the Phantom Lancer? That's another question.
Also, is he faster? Oh, the Hex goes off first.
That's so aggressive.
What a beautiful vacuum. Now the outside. No, the Primal War comes in from Jabz. He refreshes. He's got a second one to go through. Who's he going to use it on? Looks like the Primal War a second time, but it gets put inside the Tombstone. Meanwhile, on the side, Malik, who after that he gets the second wall vacuum in a tight little corridor. And now the monster jumps in. It's a monster mash. Noob jumps in and cleaves through two. 23 still working for this one. He's got an Aegis, and he's going to rely upon it. He needs it a second light to work with. As Jabz is going to try and help him out here, but Jabz, his second BKB, may not be able to stand up to this physical damage. They go for the Hex on to 23. Gets the rake off. Nullifier. OmaR's going to die. Turns around, pushes back TA2000, trying to get the focus, trying to get the life seal going.
For
TA2000 may be too strong. They've got the
going all in.
Coming in. A little bit control. That's going to be enough for life sealer. Mikoto comes back. Tier 4s are all gone. Jabz is fighting against all of these heroes with 23 and Ollie on the side. TA2000, it's a non-stop sustained battle that cannot seem to be won, but Mikoto that's sustained. They see the option to go on him, but no! They lose the Primal Beast, and TA2000 have to buy back as well. Talon, they're gonna try and push through, see if they can get these tiebacks out. But TA2000, who's full health now. Malik fighting with the wall, needs another vacuum, needs to be able to stop 23 Savage. A vacuum goes out, but 23, he finished off the darks here. 2 members left on the side of Quest, a throne that is low, now making 1 member left. TA2000 against 4, he cannot do it. There is not enough lances, not enough illusions to be able to put a stop to Talon, who will take game 1.
Oh, TA2000 versus the world at the end, but the world crushes him beneath the weight of this triple core lineup that is enough to eventually clear through the illusions and push through to this throne. That looked extremely volatile, though. Yeah. You were committing aggressive buybacks that kind of got delayed from Talon. I do feel like Quest will win this late game. The Terrorblade getting the reflection on the Lycan just seems way too damn good here, especially when you have an arena that can cause problems for the Snapfire and the Lycan carry. On top of that, you have a Primal who, when he gets to Ags, is just going to go in and break the tide. Then you can just all in him. You have a Shadow Demon who might also provide you a break mechanic in this game. A lot of things seem favorable for Quest if they get the gold going into that late game.
Getting first blood would be nice. The blood grenade is not quite enough, but OmaR does manage to snatch that first blood ever so barely. They trade out kills, but the bigger bounty going to Quest.
Decent chance for them to use this double melee support duo to maybe find some cheeky kills, or just run it towards mid with this catapult wave on Mikoto. That sounds like the better option here.
Gonna get behind him here. Will the Talon supports get here in time? Arrow lands, try and burst him, looks like they got him. And they're gonna be able to pump the damage into Q as well, who with the cogs may not be able to protect himself against the ranged heroes. OmaR strikes and gets a killing spree.
Very nice gank for Quest at the perfect time. You deny this 6-minute rune, and you can always make the quick rotations, which it's gonna be bottom here. The hammer is going to work. There's another hammer coming for you, Jabz. It's about to crash into your skull.
Yeah. Okay, Ravage immediately going to be put to use here. Jabz values that, but if he loses his life still, no, he's going to be fine. The anchor smash level 2. Now the rotation from behind. This is what I was looking for. 23 trying to make his first shapeshift go to work, but Malik is already counter rotated and can protect heroes with the arena if need be.
20 is going to commit.
He's going to go for it. Kaori gets off the disruption. Bounce back by the cogs. Body blocked by his own illusion. Oh, the arena barely catches him. Kaori playing along the edges here, and 23 can't get out. Stuck in this arena for a while. Will finally get away, but the shapeshift is now run out, and he's going to be caught up by Noob. Kisses raining in. Jabz trying to stop these heroes. They need to land the kisses. The bump back there of another round of cogs, but the kisses don't land enough. Tombstone's going to be placed inside of the pit here. They fight for it. They go inside the pit to clear out the tombstone, but a cookie lands onto two of them with the meteor hammer by the arrow immediately. Jabz trying to stay alive. Asunder last second from here. TA2000. Oh, the spear plus damage from OmaR. It's going to come out. They get that kill. Quest, they win this little skirmish in a big way.
That has to be one of the stranger 8-minute fights I've seen in Dota in recent memory, as Talon bring 5 heroes bottom, but they used the Ravage defensively early on, which I think really hurt him in the long run. Imagine you had Ravage at a later portion of this fight when your other cores are there, so you can commit in together. They'll find a bottom that you can't hook here because leaps are up. He's 0-2-0, man. This is where Talon struggle when their two playmakers having a rough game.
I mean, they're really going to try for this one. They have to chain up the cookie and the Rod of Atos, and even then it's just barely enough. But they do manage to get it. A little bit of a, you know, that's a practice kill to sync up together your abilities.
Then you put in these shredders in the late game. On top of the wave shove becomes significant with Lycan Shard and the Snapfire running around the map, clearing waves very fast and then being able to bots to the fight.
Yeah, I mean, that like with a hero that has such a high base attack damage, Malik gonna be forced to use another BKB, and once again, a gang turns around. He's gonna get a kill on a support and then try and get out. Now Q is here, so this time around they can punish him perhaps. So Ravage going to be put to use here with the kisses, and they will get that kill on Malik eventually. He's going to be saved by the disruption for a little bit, but eventually run down. Noob, okay, hook shot, goes out onto Kaori. See if they can burst him down with the cookie arrow coming through. Doesn't land on anything. Pulverized though, grabs the wolf and beats him to death. TA2000 as a free fight.
23 just gets pummeled here on the commitment. You steal it away from the Lycan, steal it away from the Snapfire. You're going to feel really good on Quest.
23 going to be ganked with the shapeshift on cooldown. This is not good. They're going to TP in Jabz, but this damage comes way too quick and clean for Quest.
I mean, Jabz is just TPing to take his creeps. That's about all he's doing
Doesn't
here.
look like that's your farm anymore, buddy. Don't worry.
Invading Talon's areas, threatening individual supports, and then TA2000, he just shoves bottom and gets the farm all of this jungle back, the lane on top of it, and make a hero show from Talon bottom. The second that Tide shows bottom, all of a sudden Mikoto's left alone.
Oh, the hook shot, a little bit off the mark because in part of the Rod of Atos. Maybe for the best, though. They probably both would have died otherwise.
This is just really good map play from Quest. It's one of the things that sets these European teams apart. They pick and pry you. Quick smoke for Talon. They have all their good ultis up. Want to use them here, either for a tier 1 or Roshan. It's got to be what's on the menu. Manta done for 23 will also up and commit in the fight. Get rid of the reflection.
They somehow get past the Primal Beast.
And look at these wolves. These things do so much damage.
Yeah, they do.
Dead to wolves Atos.
He's literally just going to die to that. He's going to try and delay it. Disruption's going to go out. Noob trying to blink forward to catch up to the Snapfire. Slowed down by the Scotty, but an interception by Q. Good hook shot, but the supports are giving up their lives in order to make sure their cores can just get away from a fight. This is a high ground tombstone, and they still can't take it.
Don't feel like they have enough damage to punch through this bulwark. BKB Mars and the Scotty finish Terrorblade, man.
Malik is going to make sure the Q disruption, it'll be there.
A little self-dodge on the arrow.
Oh yeah, and they win a fight next to the Roshan pit. So that Roshan that we were kind of imploring Talon to take for themselves.
They're killing Mikoto.
Mikoto has Cookie to play with though. A little bit off the mark.
Scotty was completed for that last fight. He's already level 15, so 300 HP Talent online. Suddenly this Terrorblade is 2700 HP with 2 lives. He found a lot of farming. He is their most farmed core, which is pretty impressive. Pulls out a halberd here, very nice. The issue is once these breaks start coming through, all of a sudden, are you frontlining with this Tide? Are you surviving in the fight? Ags is not a long way away for Noob here. And they'll just start in on him.
Curious high ground push, turn around Ravage with the kisses. Unfortunately, the meteor doesn't land. It would have been nice. Grab Ally's going to be able to pick up that Tidehunter, save him from the aggression of Malik. Q, hook shot barely off in time, and he's going to jetpack away. But the Snapfire is left behind. The Pulverize goes to work from Noob. Malik is somehow still alive in this mess. He's not going to get out for sure, but it is concerning that Talon couldn't do the damage fast enough.
I feel like that's a pretty good outcome for Talon. That cog ended up being very strange, but it ended up working kind of for Talon, because I think otherwise Mikoto just dies faster.
It's not cog shame here.
Okay. Well,
23, barely getting away. No, maybe not getting away. I thought he was going to run down. Oh, gets hit by the onslaught just in time. Disruption into arrow. Oh, the arrow didn't land. He's got a Manta up in 2 seconds, but I think the Purge has sealed his fate.
Little demonic Purge with a vessel on top. OmaR has charges for days.
He was so tanky in that last fight, and he's built damage. He has a Desolator.
I like the Deso. It's pretty nice here. I don't know if he needs much more utility. The fight's kind of going to be won or lost in the arena and the Ravage here.
Blink for blink for blink. Jabz, they'll catch him eventually here.
Little Sunder to heal himself up too. Why not? And they'll collect Ollie on the side as Malik is just 1v3.
So he's going to have to kill Q to get out because the hook shot is up. He's not going to be able to get away from this one. Hook shot stalls him long enough for the kisses to land. He's going to need every single one of them to hit. And it's not going to all land.
Scary lineup to scale into right now with all 3 of these cores. Ags is done for Noob, so the break also online to deal with the Tidehunter here.
Oh, they're going to go for Malik while his BKB is on cooldown. This is a nice move. With the shapeshift activated, they're going to try and pump in the damage. Can they get there fast? Oh, the Rod of Atos was still up. Okay, Mikoto held on to that one. Smart idea.
That's that Boss of the Wolf play that is very nice for Talon. They haven't been able to use it because they've kind of been constricted on their map. This is TA2000 saying my meta's back up and I've had enough.
All right, they're going to make a move without the Lycan. I think they're just going for an Aegis steal. I have to imagine that's the only idea here.
It's got to be a steal. It's Jabz going in with Ravage trying to steal this Aegis away.
Oh, his timing might be right here.
It's very close.
Ravage goes out. Oh, right, they dies, but TA2000 very smart.
Close.
He popped the BKB to stop the stun of the Ravage, immediately sundered Jabz, so he instantly died. And so they will collect everything from the pit, I believe, and they get 2 kills out of it.
That was so close to being clutched there for Talon.
Mikoto. Disruption illusions, Terrorblade illusions. A lot of ways to quickly chip away at this tier 3 tower, and it's going to force a response from Talon. It could be a closing team fight. Immediately a BKB goes out, Pulverize trying to grab him. Onslaught through the cogs here. Noob, he's going to get some decent damage out from the Aghanim Scepter. Not enough to kill anybody. Oh, Malik actually jumping back into that one with TA2000 using the Thunder on it. Jabz bringing him low. The BKB goes up. Q jetpacking himself into a wall. Mikoto tried to stay alive off the tombstone, but couldn't make it out. 23, meanwhile, is the only healthy member. He's going for Noob right now, but the onslaught is going to start charging him away, and 23 cannot pursue. They are just hoping that they can keep this tier 3 alive, but with Mikoto gone, I believe TA2000 is just going to keep this pressure on.
He's just claiming souls right now. Even the Shadow Demon disrupts
Oh, they're gonna catch 23 as well.
Doing work.
Disruption, arrow, spear.
No save in sight if your Undying's not there with a tombstone. Even then, I don't know if you're bailing him out into a situation he wants to be in, as Satanics are online for Quest. One on the Terrorblade, one on the Mars. A lot out of the high ground fight before all the spells were online for Talon. They're still waiting for Ravage cooldown here. 10 seconds for Jabz. Got one last hurrah, it feels like. Top Wave is pushing in with double catapult, double woeful Talon, so if they manage to stall this fight or defend, they might actually try to rack.
Another Sunder that kills Jabz.
That is absolutely brutal here. TA2000 has had his number in these fights. It'll prompt the Jabz buyback. Still has Ravage up, no BKB, and your Lycan still out for 20.
Okay, hook shot. They're gonna go for it. Cogs pushing in. TA2000, seeing if they can kill him, take away his Aegis.
I think he wants to die at this point.
Yeah.
And
Malik is going to be able to get a nice arena on 2 as the Terrorblade revives here. Immediately going to be disarmed though. Noob blinking in, grabbing Mikoto. Mikoto can't afford another death. The Ravage going out. Tombstone save. Does manage to bail him out, but bailing out is a constant theme here for Talon. They may be able to survive through some of these engagements, but they've yet to be able to do any damage.
Big echo hit.
A Gleipnir on a Marana. They are desperate for anything at this point. Meanwhile, the damage is always there. Malik, TA2000. They're both putting out in spades. 23 goes for a BKB. A desperate call, a desperate time for Talon, but they have lost this game too. We are going to a 3rd game in this series as Quest, they prove what all that group stage hype was about. They bounced back beautifully in game 2.
Very solid draft from them. I think there were definitely some advantages there. This last pick, Mars, is just a beautiful pick.
Man, it is crazy to think about the amount of money for a single win, and Talon and Quest have a 1 game to play for $500,000. That was just a base attack damage advantage there that Mikoto is going to have to TP away. Power Rune is going to be secured.
You almost got lifted.
Yeah, OmaR showed up on the other side of things. Yeah, when you have a Timbersaw doing this well, you don't need to worry about the lane. Unfortunately, the gank doesn't work in mid, and it does work for Talon at top.
This is a weird rotation. I don't think you go to this lane unless you have Chrono.
Yeah.
Because the Timber is just max HP down here. It's not really an opening. They will look top again, though, as 3 converge on TA2000 again. There's a lot of nuke damage with the chain lightning.
Get the toss back into Jabz, but they do have the Pango here. They're going to all in to see if they can kill the TB and trade out the Doom. They do not, and they lose 2 people for it. And Ollie is going to have to TP to mid.
This is also supposed to be the hardest lane for Talon, right? This is the losing lane on paper. So you kind of expect it to go this bad, and you're just going to make it up off of the mid lane win and maybe some Chrono kill that gets 23
Man, they are really taunting Mikoto, but Malik is finally going to pay the price for it.
That's exactly what Talon
gives him back to him. Jabz is going to be chased underneath the tier 2. Snapfire's going to make the rotation here, see if he can give him the cookie to get out. It does. And now, with the Scatterblast landing on so many heroes, might be able to get another one here. Kaori's going to TP out. He's fine.
Give him a zap for the
Pango. He runs away too.
Well, Mikoto making his presence felt in this game on both lanes. An offensive and a defensive play. They might find Noob
being so low. This is perfect. He got the toss onto him, and they're going to be able to catch the Rubik.
Oh,
what a turn for Talon.
And a teleport. And that is +2 off of both those heroes as the glaives are already up for Ollie. His brain grows, whereas Quest's momentum gets slowed down just because you're not losing too much out on the map.
I'll agree with that because he's also going Hannah minus, right? So if you can secure that Hannah minus for him while he's still on the lane, it will mean a pretty big difference in his net worth.
And now you can just TP Mikoto back here when the Chrono's up and lay in the damage.
Okay, we do have Mikoto who's going to be here with some magic damage, and it'll be just enough.
2 more int as well.
Yeah. These heroes do not like losing intelligence. I think Pango is probably the one who hates it the most.
This game is flowing pretty decently for Talon, all things considered. Especially the fact that that double melee offlane, you got through it right. You pushed this Pango down to the bottom, which again, I personally just don't like Pango in this position. I think it's very rough.
Those Avalanche, not enough damage. Kaori's gonna live. He's got his level 6. Mikoto, okay, he does manage to get the kill on Kaori. He's obviously dead. Does mean he got a killing spree before he died. So Quest will pick up a little bit of extra golden experience.
And I think that's not a bad way to go about this game, especially when you have a Pango who's a little behind and would like some catch-up fights to really put this diffusal to work and get some gold out of the kills. He's going to TP top and look exactly for that. Start on Jabz.
On to Jabz. Tombstone's going to be laid up, but the immediate Doom Hurricane back into the Avalanche. Very nice setup. If he gets the toss back, surely they've got this kill. And maybe even trade off, though. Jump in from 23. Gets hit by the telekinesis toss back, but it doesn't matter. With the pickup on the Pango, having the numbers advantage and the delayed effect of these TPs, Quest are going to give away this ground. TA2000 moves to another lane.
And the flank coming through from Talon, this is...
Oh, they could sandwich them hardcore, and they could take Roshan afterwards. This could be very bad for Quest.
I don't think Quest know they're back here. T2000 is just going to run into Q.
We spot each other. Whoa, Q, reaction, a little bit late. They go for the Undying instead. Quest are now going to TP in. Global Sound's going to be used. 23 bouncing around there. Glimmer Cape trying to stall. He's actually going to be okay. And 23 is the one in trouble. Oh, we got off the time walk. Just barely in time. Noob is now going to chase after. See if he can get the Rolling Thunder. Burst down Jabz. Gives him a cookie. Turns around. Tries to go for the Doom. Misses. Now Chronosphere. Where's the kisses? It's lined up to be able to go for the Rubik. Maybe the kill on the Undying as well with the toss up in the air. They will just barely finish him off with the damage over time. Now the Terror Blade is also caught, but they can't commit. They don't have the mana, first of all, Mikoto, and the fear of the Sunder will keep him at bay. Talon still have some supports hanging around here, though. They're not careful. Sunder, nice catch. TA2000 will make a fast kill out of that one. And Talon, that was a very important fight for them to win. Losing it means Quest have opportunities now.
Is really open to the Terrorblade here because you're going to have Aegis into a Scotty here in the next 3 minutes. You have high ground potential. Now, Talon did finish their BKB, so that next fight is also going to be a bit different in terms of the Doom and the Snapfire can stand their ground, not take as much damage from this Timber Saw. Maybe you can man up for a Tombstone kill.
Oh! And into his room, he ran through a Ward Sentry. That is so unfortunate for Noob. Double sentry, in fact, around this one ward. So they saw him the entire way. He was trying to set up an aggressive move.
They're getting aggressive, looking for the fight. Remember, you can still start the fight on this Pangolier at any point with the global. And there's not much to stop it unless there's the utility behind him.
Break on OmaR. Gets out the Glimmer, but they have the dust for him. He will be killed. So, Talon's push out to the other side of the river does catch a support Quest. Not the biggest deal for them. They'll be able to chill out for a bit. They're working towards their big BKB timings, which was very important for them in Game 2. They're going to try and lead off here. Noob going for the Blink Rolling Thunder. It's Mikoto once, bounces a second time, but the BKB goes on. Jabz actually went in, goes for the Doom, hits him with the stun after the Manta. Now he still has the vision to be able to keep up with the Terrorblade, but he gives up on that kill. He's kicked the Terrorblade out of the fight. They want to go for Noob now, who with the Shield Rune was doing okay, but now he's been Chronosphere not disarm. But it doesn't matter. They've got the kisses. Malik with his own BKB doesn't worry about the kisses, but he is worried about the physical damage put out. Jump back in from Q, but they're resetting. They don't want to keep this fight going. Now that the Doom has expired on TA2000, they call the fight quits. Are able to smoke their way up to the high ground here and have control of the Roshan pit. They'll start doing it now with Noob very aggressively positioned out there to be able to intercept. Seed's gonna smoke behind him. Q just blindly jumping into that high ground is gonna be bursted almost immediately, but he gets a force back down, and he cuts the tree that Malik was looking to Timber Chain to. They're not able to pursue, while Noob had already used the Rolling Thunder. If he gets doomed here, could be trouble, but they're gonna hold off on it. 23, not too worried. He's going to pop his BKB, try and keep up. The Doom is going to be put to use here with Global Silence as well. And it looks like he's going to fall. The Undying can't get anything off because the Global Silence is covering him. They can finish him off with the toss. Malik still chasing. Immediate buyback from the Pangolier on a second life with no Doom, but still a Chronosphere and still a Kisses.
He also just picked up his level 20 Talon.
They got a Chrono attack speed. Though. They started pushing into mid lane. They're a ways away on their Faceless Void.
That was a risky show. You just let Quest walk back in the pit. Okay, they're going to Kisses to stall this out.
Yeah, now it means you don't have Chronosphere Kisses as a combo. Gleipnir going to be used on Malik, and he doesn't have BKB, remember. Oh, no.
Another sacrificial buy.
Pushed out too deep,
and
so now the Faceless Void is here. He can get inside this pit if he wants to. He sees the Roshan's low. They're going to play for time here. See if they can catch it as the Roshan is going down. TA2000 still inside. They jump in. Gleipnir gets a little bit more. 23 says he got back. Guys, by the Rolling Thunder. He's dead. He's shoved up and he's dead. Now the Titan's going to fall as well. Oh, what a disaster for Talon. It could have been the in their mouth as they thought they had the victory shout.
Yeah, this is about as good as it's going to get here for Quest execution-wise, and now they're going to go straight into the high ground with Aegis Cheese. They are rewarded for their boldness in these buybacks.
A picture perfect play. They're going to try and catch more. Beautiful stolen avalanche. Let's OmaR get a free pick onto the silencer. And now Jabz is in a curious position.
Bit of your Quest. Now you can sacrifice Aegis.
Please, somebody's please deal with the tombstone, guys. I'm stuck.
I mean, that's Shredder's duty right there. But that means Mikoto has to walk up.
And it's Garrett Q trying to go for the toss back. Oh, the chronosphere.
The back line
on the side. The back line is going to get dissipated here. Can the Terrorblade push through anyway? Looks like they only managed to kill the one support here. TA2000 gets off the Sunder. Perfect timing from him while Noob jumps in, looking to finish off Q. And he should be able to get it too, but it does mean he's in committed deep. Pops his BKB. He immediately fights the Faceless Void while Jabz is still going for it. Kaori and TA2000 are low. They start backing up with the buybacks being used. Q's going to make sure they can't get away. A toss up in the air will help finish up the Pangolier. Will Kaori TP away successfully? If all they give up is Noob,
will they find
that's not so bad. Only force that. Ooh, he's good. I thought he was going to die to just an illusion.
He does not have to force if he doesn't want to. A successful high ground defense and a sick chrono by 23. He just TP'd up front and jumped behind them, found everybody on the back line. Jabz did a crap ton of damage in that fight, just off of multiple burns.
I think you could say it's worth it for Talon if they did something during this timing of the dieback of the Pango. But instead of getting something done, they're the ones who get picked off. Jabz gets caught by TA2000's bold move as he uses his Silver Edge and meta to be able to get a pick-off. Now a pick-off on mid as Kaori's going to die there.
Might prevent Quest just running down this bottom lane as TA2000 wants to look for something else on the map. He is so fast right now during this nighttime, almost 500 MS.
And it's only halfway through. He's going to get in range of somebody here, surely. Q, right on top of him. Only has a 4-staff to play with here. That surely is not going to be enough.
Another big pick off on the back.
Oh, double damage with level 20 talent. Mikoto almost just one-shot Malik. But it wasn't enough. Now he needs to try and get away. Malik, confident they can catch up. BKB goes off. Another little shredder. That's danger.
Yeah, he's TPing out.
Look at both. Yeah.
Everybody's
Mikoto
TPing out.
Malik both going to TP away from each other. They're scared for their lives in this very, very close precipice of Game 3.
Talon, they want to make something of this right now.
The non-stop ring around the Rosie, around the pit. The smoke moves. Talon.
Who's flanking who
Are
now?
they going to expect this? Quest have left their high ground
Mikoto.
or doing the wrap
This
around.
is
Mikoto
so
is a big
dangerous.
target. They tried to grab him. A blink telekinesis goes awry. Q now intercepts. A big avalanche hits on 2. They're going to chase after Mikoto. He uses BKB. Rolling thunder. A lot of initiations. Global sounds being used. Uh-oh. 23. Time walk gets off. Now we got the chronosphere on 2 with the kisses going in.
The damage.
Ranger being able to get the dude.
Where's the damage?
2000. He has a chance. Oh, Lotus Orbit's not going to be enough. A stolen tube goes out, but they lost TA2000. He binds back immediately. He's going to try and get to this fight as quick as he can. They don't want to let Mikoto lead. They cannot let him get out alive. And they've got him, I think. Aside the bites, he turns around, throws one with him, finishes off OmaR before he falls.
23 TP'd out, and meanwhile, Jabz has doomed himself as the Terrorblade returns.
Oh, Q! Oh, the reflection finishes him off. Q! He tried to save Jab's life, but he might have just given up his own life. TA2000, a TPN. Jabz boxing in. Q getting a little bit too close. He almost getting caught. Aside, he's in trouble. He gets burst down. 23 trying to fight without his chronosphere here. This is heavy commitment for Talon, and they go for their team fight spells as they overestimated themselves in this fight. Kaori trying to chase after him. Talon desperate to be able to keep these heroes at bay. Malik and Kaori just looking for the little bit of slow that allows them to catch up. But are they going to be able to get there? Kaori, he gets that one hit. I tossed away, but no, he tossed it into 23, and 23 time walked into the enemy. So it just means he got pushed into Quest. Now a dieback, 100 seconds. Quest, who gives a damn about Roshan? Because you might just be able to go something bigger here.
Meta on cooldown, however, it's going to dissuade him from going in. And refresher for Jabz. No. He has another Doom. In fact, he has 2.
One more second. He needs the vision. He needs the detection. He gets it off now. But he might be too far away because
23 back
here. He pops a reflection. Second Doom going to be put to use. Maybe a toss back could be crucial here. Q, a toss straight up in the air. 23's just trying to get on top of him. A stun comes out with that Centaur. They get on top of him with the Doom of the Global South. They make sure there is no saves from this Undying. Now Noob rolling Thunder in. He's going to try and get what kills, but no, the blink away just in time. They can't. They have to get something out of this. Otherwise, their carry is dead. Nothing on the return, and Noob now trying to roll out. Malik's back into play. BKB side the bike, trying to burst him, and he's got him.
No buy available.
Dead, trading out carries, and Malik looking for more.
No Terrorblade for 90, but they're 40 gold off buyback for the Faceless Void. However, Quest cannot make anything of this as their objective taker went down in the end, and Jabz picking up the bounties.
He's desperate for it. He goes for the bounty runes. That now gives buyback to the Faceless Void. He will buy back.
This is going to be a solid position for Talon when all things are said and done, as they're going to put an Aegis on 23. Refresher Shard from the dire side. Roche means double chrono, double BKB.
Here's the toss. He's trying to pump out damage because he wants to go an Aghanim Scepter.
Oh, this is so I mean, I want to say it's greedy. It's also some scaling, but if you get there, if you get the Ags, it's a lot of extra damage in the chrono.
23 going to be found on the low ground here.
This is Aegis.
Sight the Vice, Force Staff gets him away. They're going to use the Global Silence. Trying to go. They spotted TA2000. A second Sight the Vice put to work to stall up 23, but he's going to jump after them. Oh, funny, the heroes put their first one so bad. No heroes caught in the first one. And 50 seconds left on the Aegis. That might have just spoiled their Aegis timing. Yeah, frankly, I'm actually surprised that 23 went for the Mindbreaker.
Yeah, he's behind the meta. What are you doing, son?
I kind of feel like he doesn't need more damage. It's just, do you land the chrono or do you not?
Well, you are asking that as if maybe he had a choice and maybe he did not.
Maybe he didn't, yeah. Maybe he didn't have the
Hex on him.
Inside the Bios, Force Staffs, Cookie, all getting
goes
away.
Back in.
Noob, oh, the Chronosphere. It catches a lot of heroes. Is this enough?
Tombstone's in.
2000, they got him inside the Undying Tombstone, but a second Chronosphere. They heal up in the
Tombstone. Him out.
They break him out. They kill him. They're killing him. He's dead. He's going to buy back immediately. They're going to turn on the Malik, who's now going to be doomed up as well. If they get 2 cores out of this, 2 buybacks out of this, it's going to feel very, very good. They've got him killed. OmaR as well as Kaori are both backing away. Talon know they need to reset though. The buybacks have been used. Do not overextend yourself. You blew double Chronosphere. You went through one of your Dooms. You went through your Global Silence.
It's just a sick disjoint here from Talon. They force Cookie their Void out, and then 23 goes straight back in and double Chrono. Sure, you have a grab ally, but he's grabbing him straight back out here. Try and break this Lincoln's anymore. It's going to be randomly doing a bunch of people throughout the fight. Annoying for the Pangolier.
Medic gonna be popped.
I guess you don't have a choice here if you're TA2000, right? You can't just wait this Aegis out even though you don't have buyback.
They really want to stall this without having to jump in for a team fight without Chronosphere. Quest, 1 creep wave down, another one pushing forward, another round of illusions. They know they kind of have to force this, but who's going to be tossed into the AoE Doom? Can they bail him out? Where's the Tombstone? They can't. The damage is too fast. Now the meta's going to be on cooldown when he comes back into the second life. They have to bail him out. They have to get in there and save their Terrorblade. Force Staff trying to get him away.
He's got to fight.
The Doom is a problem. A second one coming out, and the Terrorblade put into the Tombstone. Tombstone, they got to focus it, but they don't have the low shredder. The Tombstone's going to keep him alive. Talon trying to walk away. He went back in. He went into the Chronosphere. I think popped out of the Doom, and that second Doom now for Jabz, but he did not even need it. The damage is overwhelming from the little shredder. Shotgun blast at the face of Quest, and they are knocking him out as another round going into Malik. He's gonna die as well. 2 heroes dead with no buybacks. Quest, their hold, it's got to be one of a lifetime from here. I don't know how they do it without 2 of their cores, because Talon are finally coming for your base. They are finally gonna go on the offense.
And you have a stolen siege shot on OmaR, not the spell he was looking for, as that's all he found from the Doom.
They need Noob to kill this creep wave, because OmaR's catching the next one. Talon may be playing against time here. If the backdoor protection can go back up.
Creeps are gone.
They are gone. Talon working their way through a second tier 4.
Crit.
Tier 4's down.
I don't
now
think
through
backdoor
the throne.
matters.
Backdoor protection, it won't even protect against this kind of damage. Talon will get their first upper bracket victory of the tournament and of the year.
God damn, does that feel good for them, man. This is a tough series to come back, and after that game 2, in a game that goes very late to almost the 60-minute mark, and you got to push those late game fights to the edge against maybe one of the most impressive carry players this year in TA2000, who almost clutches that game out on top of some sick grab allies from Kaori.